All right, Falcons fans, get ready because things are heating up in Flowery Branch. I have some exciting news that could really shake up our defense. We're going to explore a few potential moves the Falcons might make, and let me tell you, if Atlanta goes through with any of these, it could be a game changer for the 2025 season. So don't forget to hit that like button and stick with us to stay in the loop. Let's kick things off with the first big name that's got everyone buzzing, Jair Alexander. That's right, the $84 million star cornerback from Green Bay could be on his way to Atlanta. Now, I know you might be wondering why the Packers would let him go. After all, he's an all-pro cornerback and one of the best defenders in the league when he's healthy. But here's the catch. Over the last 2 seasons, Alexander has only played 7 games each year due to injuries. With that kind of history and a hefty contract, Green Bay is looking for a way out. This is where the Falcons come into play. Reports suggest that if the Packers can't find a trade partner, they might release Alexander before the 2025 season. If that happens, don't be surprised if Atlanta is one of the first teams to reach out. Just think about it. The Falcons already have a solid foundation in their secondary. A.J. Terrell is set as CB1, and Jesse Bates III is holding down the safety position. Now imagine adding a healthy Jair Alexander as CB2. That would instantly give Atlanta one of the toughest secondaries in the NFC, maybe even the entire league. Sure, there's a risk with his injuries, but last season, even in just 7 games, Alexander still managed to rack up 16 tackles, 2 interceptions, a defensive touchdown, and 7 passes defended. That's elite production in half a season. If the Falcons can sign him to a team-friendly deal, this could be a low-risk, high-reward move that completely transforms the defense. Now let's switch gears and talk about the draft. Remember the heat the Falcons took for selecting Michael Penix Jr. at number 8 last year? Well, that decision is starting to look like it could pay off big time. Penix is showing some real promise, and Bijan Robinson is coming off a fantastic season. Offensively, things are starting to click, but defensively, there's still a lot of work to do. Enter Kenneth Grant, a powerhouse from Michigan who is quickly becoming one of the most exciting defensive prospects in the 2025 NFL Draft. We're talking about a guy who stands 6 feet 4 inches and weighs 331 pounds of pure strength. He was a force on Michigan's national championship-winning defense, earning all Big Ten honors twice and being named a third-team All-American. With 69 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 3 fumble recoveries, and even an interception, he's the kind of disruptive force the Falcons desperately need on the interior of their defensive line. And let's not forget, with Grady Jarrett no longer in the picture, that area is looking pretty thin. Grant could step in right away and become the anchor of the defense. He's a culture setter and a tone setter. Fox's Joel Klatt even mentioned that he might be the best defensive player in this entire draft class, which is high praise considering there are other stars like Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter in this year's draft too. What I love about this potential move is that it fits perfectly with the Falcons' timeline. You have a young quarterback and a young offensive core, and now you add a young defensive powerhouse to grow alongside them. Instead of mortgaging the future, you're building it, brick by brick. That's how you stay competitive year after year. Now, some of you might be asking, why not go for a proven guy like Trey Hendrickson in a trade? I get it. He's a veteran and a sack machine with 17.5 sacks in each of the last 2 seasons, but he's 30 years old and looking for a long-term deal. Plus, the Falcons still have Kirk Cousins' contract taking up a chunk of their cap space. Trading for Hendrickson might seem like a quick fix, but the cost could be too high right now, especially when you can address the pass rush through the draft instead. So let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Falcons have a unique opportunity right now. They're on the brink of something special. With a potential franchise quarterback and an explosive running game, if they can strengthen the defense, whether by signing a free agent like Jair Alexander or drafting a powerhouse like Kenneth Grant, they could really make some noise in the NFC next season. But remember, this window won't stay open forever. The next few months are critical. Now, I want to hear from you, Falcons Nation. You've seen the reports and the projections, and you know what's at stake. Would you want Atlanta to go after Jair Alexander if he's released? Is that worth the risk? Or would you prefer to draft someone like Kenneth Grant and keep things young and cost-effective? Let me know in the comments. Next up, let's talk about Malachi Starks. If you follow Georgia football, and let's be honest, who doesn't in Atlanta? You already know this name. Starks has been a standout for the Bulldogs, and he's considered one of the most complete safeties to come out of college in years. Most mock drafts have him as the top safety in the 2025 NFL draft class. He's got range, instincts, and elite closing speed. Plus, he's a local guy, a true hometown hero from Jefferson High School and a proud Georgia Bulldog. Now he's on the verge of possibly joining the Falcons in what could be a dream scenario. And this isn't just speculation. Malachi Starks confirmed in Indianapolis that he's already interviewed with several teams, including Cincinnati, Miami, and Carolina. And on Friday, he's meeting with the Atlanta Falcons. When asked about it, his eyes lit up. "Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd get to stay home," Starks said. "I watched them growing up, and they have great history there. I just want to get my foot in the door anywhere." Doesn't that sound like a guy who wants to wear red and black? Now let's address the big question. Do the Falcons really need a safety right now? Not necessarily. The position isn't a glaring hole, especially with Jesse Bates III playing at a high level. But think about this. When was the last time a team regretted adding elite talent to its secondary? Especially a player who's NFL ready and could rotate in early, becoming a full-time starter by mid-season? Starks fits the culture, the scheme, and he's a perfect fit for Georgia. For a team looking to strengthen its identity and build something lasting on defense, adding a tone setter like Malachi Starks with the 15th pick could be one of the smartest long-term moves they can make. As we wait to see what Starks can bring to the team, it's hard not to reflect on what Julio Jones meant to the Falcons. Just this week, the greatest wide receiver in Falcons history officially announced his retirement. The name Julio Jones brings back a flood of memories. Not just stats, but unforgettable moments. He was drafted 6th overall in 2011, and the Falcons even traded up 5 picks to get him, showing how much they believed in his potential. From the moment he stepped onto the field, he didn't just meet expectations, he exceeded them. As a rookie, he had 54 catches for 959 yards and 8 touchdowns. Then came 2015, when he led the league with 136 catches for 1,871 yards. He followed that up with a Super Bowl appearance in 2016, where he made one of the most memorable receptions in NFL history, even though the outcome still stings. Julio finished his Falcons career with 848 catches, 12,896 yards, 7 Pro Bowl selections, 5 All-Pro honors, and 2 league receiving titles. He was a home run threat that made every pass from Matt Ryan feel like it could turn into something magical. Now, as a legend steps aside, another hometown star, Malachi Starks, is waiting for his chance. This moment is special. It's a changing of the guard, a baton being passed. Who better to carry it forward than a kid from Jefferson, Georgia, who grew up watching Julio light up the dome? That's what building a team the right way looks like, honoring the past while investing in the future. Now it's your turn. I want to hear your thoughts. Should we keep building through Georgia? Or do you have a different direction in mind? Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay updated with all the latest news. Go Falcons!